Genesis is back, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, after 2, maybe 3 months, Genesis is finally here. So I came here to the old dungeon, back old school style, going to it just to see what was going on. Nobody's here but me, so I thought a nice 360 spin around would be great. Look at me, looking so clean. Let's get into the gear. I went and bought some adamant last night. Went with the Frigid Dawn set mostly, except for the chest piece. So it's all going to be elemental version, enchanted ward health. The Void Dark Plate has Enchanted Ward Physical Version, Accelerated Resolve. Accelerated Resolve is going to be subject to change. And then we go back to the hands, the legs, and the feet. So I'm 700 gear score in this set. Make sure you have your health potions, regen potions, hardy meals, and blight potions. Especially you tanks. Need to have blight potions. You're going to be in the middle. You're probably going to pop that mushroom that's in the middle of the gardener on accident and get blighted. So you want to have that. You just need the small ones. You don't need nothing crazy. Serenity. I have Refreshing Move, Thunder, and Clear Out. You want to try to do as much CC as you can, especially with the soldiers. Divine, Health, Void Protection. Ring is subject to change. I'll probably go with the Blood Drinker so I can get more leeching health coming in because I'm going to be Greatsword tanking. Nimble, Despise, Healing Heart. I like Healing Heart because it's another way to heal yourself. And so, yeah, let's go to my boss set. So this is going to be my boss set, which is all the same clothing up here, but the shield, I do go sword and shield for the bosses to give the DPS a leadership bonus. Fortified Shield Rush, Shield Defense, Strike, Shield, Ward, Sturdy. I have the sword right here, Vicious, Refreshing Move, and Power, Leaping Strike. The strike damage resistance I'm going to have is 34.9% because I do rock a strike damage amulet, 2 nature gems, so 12% nature damage for the bees that he spawns. Might go up. Excuse me. It might go up depending because those bees do hurt. I was in there last night and whew, got to get out of that cloud. So you're probably not going to get sacred in the middle as a tank. You really don't need it as long as you dodge and you do everything correctly. So let the DPS and them have it on the outside because they got a hell of a lot of stuff to do on the 1v4s. Doubt you're going to go all in, so we'll see. Resilient Vines get Fortify when I put them down. Also helps trap the enemies from jumping, especially the Archer. And have extra weapons here in case you need to switch out something. Maybe I want to go Fortify Shield Rush, or maybe I want to go Hatchet, or maybe the group needs a hammer for my DPS sets, or Great Axe. So be versatile. As a tank, you don't have to worry about that as much. You're pretty much going to be set in your ways. Infuse Angry Earth Ward and infuse Ancient Coatings. Have extra gems in case someone needs, nature gems, strike gems, opals, diamonds, void gems, ice gem, whatever it is. Have the Desert Sunrise for the dots. And I have Banana Bread, Banana Parfait for the Constitution for when I tank. And I keep some of this. This is really expensive right now, but the banana pudding for the decks. So when I tank, let me take the actual food here. I think I already did. So I have the extra 48 con. One thing I hate about Magnify, my gosh, trying to get this stuff. I would rather just go so much more strength, but you can't. And it's almost like I got to rock 300 fritty con. Wanted to say freaking con. So hold on, let me adjust the mic here. So you got to kind of figure this out, where you're going to be at. Just going to have to go a little bit heavier into con than I would like. And that's the problem with running Magnify. So I would rather go up more on the strength to help with the hammer damage, but Serenity is the main focus here. So that's what, that just looks so terrible. What you could do is start out with 243 right here, and you could balance this out where if you needed to go one up, you have an extra point. So I can go 128 or 204, 204, 206. If I feel like I needed more con, I'm like, hey guys, hold on, let's get out of combat real quick. I got 1 point extra that I can do where I can just say, oh, okay, let me respec here and I'll put 1 point into con and then boom, there we go. Or you don't even need to respec, you just add the 1 point. So you could do it that way. I'll go ahead and spec like if I was, you know, gonna be full 350 plus con. And for the boss fights, if I need to add more damage, because see right here, this boss set goes to 422, which is just insane. I could take some dex food, drop it down to 394 dex, 112 con, or I could take some strength food and maybe go heavy on the strength and light on the dex. So that's where you want to kind of look at your jewelry and see what you can maybe tweak, but everything's magnify. So yay, magnify, so much fun. But you could do that, add some more DPS, because the first boss and all that stuff, you should be able to block most of the attacks. If you're gonna go all in, I would recommend that, or even go to medium gear and tank them in that, so you can add more DPS, everybody get in on it. So now the DPS gear we will go to, and I'll just go ahead and restat. That took the strength food last, I believe. Go to 43 there, go up here. Gonna even out the stats for the Serenity. So 302, 302. I'm gonna go 300, 300, put the rest in con, just to be safe, to get back used to the dungeon. And that's going to give us the most DPS for the Serenity. Now, I will take it down to 15 con. I'm wearing the 2 leather pants on this set. 15 con's the lowest you can go, and then I'll put the rest here. And then we'll be trying to hit 18 to 20k at some point this week. Now, I do have the Enchanted Ward, Strike Conditioning, and Health. I'm going to try out Strike Conditioning on a few pieces, see if it helps any against the soldiers. Doubt it, but we'll see. Enchanted Ward, Refreshing, and Health. Enchanted Ward, Strike Conditioning, and Health. I'm going to put health on this. I finally got the adamant to do it. I got Enchanted Ward, Refreshing, and Health. Serenity. Of course, I'm going to have to put an opal in there. This spear subject to change, but I did want to start out with Enfeebling Skewer. My buddy and I are going to, you know, one's going to hit the archer, one's going to hit the soldier, or if the second soldier is pulled, we're going to try to split that up as best as we can. I have the Brutal Heart Rune, Firestorm, and I have Divine Health, Void Protection. I have Leeching Thrust and Hardy, and I have Refreshing Toast, Nimble, Healing Heart. Now I got Thrust here because Serenity going to be in power capped, so you don't need slash damage. It's not going to do anything for you. Thrust damage for the spear because I'm going to put on Perforate to get the extra rend, and I'll show you that setup here in a second. Actually, we'll go to it now. I also will carry a Strike Amulet here to throw on for the first boss and last boss. But if we go to Weapon Mastery, the spear this week is going to look like this. I'm going to have Skewer all the way down. I will only have the 1 box Perforate. My buddy whose main spear has it all the way down the tree. That way we can both stack rend. I have Bleeding Sweep, sweep, and got the extra damage for the knockdown. The Sword and Shield, I'm going to keep this because I will Sword and Shield DPS last sometime this week. And against that first boss and last boss, I don't feel like I need a taunt for those, and I would like to do a little bit extra damage. And I'll probably end up going medium sets for tanking on those bosses once I get used to it again. So I'm just going to keep it that for now so I don't have to keep switching back and forth. The Hatchet's another great option if you're going to go Hatchet. This is what I'm going to be running for the final boss, and that way I can stay in the fight when she does the whole, you know, green effect all around the screen. You got to hide behind the balls and you'll be able to stay alive with that. So, and let's see here, the Great Sword. This is my tanking setup for the Great Sword. I like this side compared to this side. So the Unrelenting Onslaught, the charge heavy attacks cools down your abilities 10%. You're going to be doing heavies nonstop with the Great Sword, so you can get your abilities back faster. Plus I have a refreshing move on the Great Sword, so you constantly need to get those cooldowns. All right, what else? The Warhammer, that's what I'm going to be going with the Warhammer this week. So in case I got a stun, do some CC. Is there anything else that I'm missing, everybody? All right, let's go over the bow. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so that's about it, and I don't think I missed anything. If I did, let me know in the comments, and I'll see y'all this week. I should be streaming tonight, so be sure to check it out. Let's go.